All right, I'm Nick. Today I want to take a few minutes and I want to talk about this bag. Now, this gun lives in this bag. It's a Glock Perfection bag. I bet you I bought this thing on Amazon 10 years ago. Who knows? Super cheap bag. I needed something to store a gun on the way to a range trip, and this is one of the best ways to do it. But since then, I have pretty much kept a firearm with magazines in this gun ever since then. That way, if anything bad ever happened, ideally it doesn't, I can just go grab this bag, and maybe I need to give it to a buddy or my wife or something like that. But I know in this bag there's ammo, there's magazines, there's a gun, there's a red dot. The red dot's off, so the battery is not dead. There's a holster in here. Everything I need is in here, okay? And I like that. Sometimes I'll go on road trips and I'll have my concealed carry, right? And which is, I've been carrying this little Bodyguard 2.0. This is a Founder holster, company holster. Foundry, I said Foundry. Foundry does a great job. I've been carrying it like that. I like it, okay? Great pistol. But sometimes I want to have the ability to grab a bigger firearm, but I don't want to have a truck gun or anything I got to have a sling for. So I carry a Glock 19 in here, right? Now, I'm not the biggest Glock fan, not a Glock fanboy. I just think a Glock 19 is a very universal gun, and it'll fire any type of ammo. It's not ammo finicky. Magazines are plentiful, so if you walk into any gun store, you can buy a Glock 19 magazine, okay? That's important to me. I like the idea of it being universal, okay? This is a Vedder holster. They did send us this. This is awesome. This is a ProDraw holster. It has the paddle on it. I like that. It's easy to use. I've had a ton of different, I guess we'll say a ton. I've had 3 or 4 different Vedder holsters, right? I have a 43X one. I've had a 19 in the waistband holster from Vedder. They make a good product, okay? So they sent this to us. It's a ProDraw series. It's actually really, really nicely made. I'm a big fan of it. We'll talk about it a little bit more in a minute. But the biggest benefit to this is I could pull this gun out of this bag. I got extra magazines up here in the front. You could just pull these magazines, put them in your pocket. Obviously, we got some range ammo in there for what we're gonna do. I even have the happy sticks in here, okay? They're in here. It's easy to get to. You can take this, you got the paddle, you just slide that boy on, turn this on like this. Did it come on? It's on. You're ready to go. Obviously, you rack the gun, you got it on, take your belt, tighten your belt down. And now I have a gun. I can still kind of conceal it if I needed to, but at the same time, I can just tuck this in and I'm ready to go, pull the gun out. It's a fine shooting firearm, okay? This is a Gen 5 Glock. It's got an RMR on it, has a plate, has Trigicon suppressor height sights on there. Obviously, they are night sights. And I actually bought this gun from a dude used probably 2 or 3 years ago for an absolutely incredible price. I just couldn't pass it up, and I picked it back up, okay? It probably has, I bet you this gun only has 700-800 rounds through it, okay? I bring it out every once in a while, I shoot it, but it really does. It lives in that bag because it's such a universal thing, and that bag is so nice to have. The holster, obviously easy to draw, easy to holster. You can tuck your shirt in if you want to. You can still cover it up. The paddle does keep it close to you, which I'm a big fan of. Not a lot of clips, okay? So if you want to pull the holster off, all you got to do, loosen your belt, take this back off, slide this in here, and then you could go back to your concealed carry super easy, okay? But for the sake of this, you just pull that bad boy back out of there, slide it back on. It's just a good shooting pistol, man. A lot of people will say Glock hasn't innovated or done all these things. For me, I like to buy guns and shoot them. This gun comes out of the bag, it shoots every time. And it's extremely soft shooting, okay? We have all these gun companies chasing, we'll say, perfection and doing all this crazy stuff and comps and serrations and all this stuff. The guns are snappy, all these things. You get 15 rounds, it fits your hands well, and it shoots really well. I mean, that's not bad, right? Plastic mags, like I said before, I love the ability to just go into any gun store. So say you're just traveling across, I live in Florida, we're traveling across the state of Florida. for some reason you lose a magazine or you have a problem with the magazine, you could legitimately walk into any gun store in the state of Florida and buy a Glock mag. All right, so say something crazy happens and the optic does die or is dead or doesn't work. You got suppressor height sights. The red dot is off. Ideally, you can see the red dot is off. There's nothing in there, okay? So those sights work really, really well. I don't know why you wouldn't have something like this. Now, maybe you're a big M&P fan. I'm a big M&P fan. I got a lot of M&Ps, got a lot of M&P magazines, especially over the years. I've sold a few lately, but great trigger. Doesn't matter what gun you use or what bag you use. The idea is I like to have a solution that is quick and easy, okay? You guys see these videos and I have that Savior bag I bring out, and that Savior bag always has a random gun in it, right? But that gun's like 25, 30 bucks on Amazon. You can get one of those. Put whatever kind of gun you want to put in there, put some magazines that are loaded, and just have a solution. That way, if you are everyday carrying something small and lightweight, like the Bodyguard, maybe that new Canic Prime or whatever you're carrying, right? It's nice to be able to grab another gun, okay? That way it's bigger, something you shoot better, maybe a Glock 17, maybe a 4-inch M&P. It hit that one. It just like barely made a noise. Did you hear that? That was wild. I missed the first two, but that's it, man. Just a simple video. Just something I thought about. I was thinking about the other day, and I like having that bag. The Vedder holster is a nice little touch, man. That ProDraw is well built. I like it. Goes right up here around that magazine release. I am left-handed, but I like to keep the magazine on the factory side. I find that I can release it just fine with my middle finger. Without having a terrible change of grip. I could put it over here, I could switch it, but once you get used to running the gun the factory way, it's not a big deal, okay? Anyways, I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. We're gonna stop rambling. We're gonna go do some more shooting. It is really, really hot out here, okay? So, love to know your guys' thoughts below. Let me know if you have a similar setup. I look forward to reading the comments. Thanks for watching.